biom essence mo akwaba eba TVXYZ. Dwabo Ase so nkomo na yedi na mra so se na de fi nkomo ebro. Na wotwe wie ye da sorry ya Al Jazeera de report foforo bi abakra emno chian. Ya ne wo mu ne se panyin bi a eye se sika kokko edwedie mu nsemsem de obɔ ne homodem pa. Ebeka se oye gold dealer. Ebim so a gold smuggler, ebim say oye money launderer, ene ne keka ho nyina. Edi ne de amane titles bebree. Na ene ne nsem didie mu anase expose a Al Jazeera eyeye no. Enu mu ena papa ye friend no Alesta ono ede na no disem etutu amone na twetwe nkomo na ena o ka se Ghana ha de Ghana ehye botom. O kai Ghana hye botom. O kai se president hye botom. O kai sa asem no. Alesta enso edibi aba se eba se Ghana dia se yenje akwan yenye contract ni ade no ade a Ghana mpeinfo bebre na ehye ni botom na we enene Afisem ebisa se gold for oil ya eba ye ya Dr. Baumia edi enimu de dending ya na nkrofo hwa se the policy document for gold for oil no ewe he no sa se mebi mu ka se ene na asem yi papa yi ekan no na ewonjina so bi ewo ne ye kan mu ebi nso ka se eba small scale mining community mining ene ne kika ho ya say ya bra mining ne ade ya ye irresponsible mining no ensem ben pa na wo we mu because reports na Al Jazeera e de aba no gold dealer no kire say every month bosome bia no or the gold worth $40 million. $40 million every month. Ena odi every Ghana echo. Inti fa calculator na enye sa calculations we. 40 times 12 ebe ya he. 40 million no. 40 million times 12 every month. Odi enfan say 1 year mponi a. 1 year mponi. Since akufado abai eba odi enfan say 1 year pemponi a. 40 million. 40 million. Ya sika gold ya de bia ye de odefi oman mu abosumi bia eno ene de omu ehu a anase sika pudu a edaso ya bosumi bia no odi efri oman mu ha edeko inti 40 million inti ene ye 1 year 40 million 1 year inti emfa ne se bia 6 years ni a akofo ado aban baaye inti 40 million bosumi bia no afi bia ewo mu ahen 12 times 6 ebema wa hen pacho oye calculation no say oye ahina wenya so far so it tells you how much money aban yi ehwe han anase omo obi kan bro say they are looking unconcerned sasika we echo every month 40 million. There are 12 months in every year, so 12 months times 6 years, 12 months times 6 years 72. Inti 72 months, abesin kweno times 40 million. Imagine how much money, ene edeko. Ene contractors say ye nyasika enye juma. Inti Sino Hydro project no contractors ni no obi akofie labadi kwanya ye no teshi nungwa labadi halted. Obechebe lamte interchange halted. Pokuase extension halted. Just say all the major projects senka aban eye ene enche bia teachers for echo strike a doctor for obia demand a certain portion of nyomu be here. Nanso every bosumi bia no ye the 40 million ye sika ya hwe in terms of gold. 40 million. Anas aremeya anas eye report bi eka say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia corrupt. Nana Akufo-Addo corrupt. Ye no ka say eba contract extension and I say contractor omo ye na obetumi ama obi 5% no am obi 3 million. Nana do 5 million Baumia 3 million. Ni aka ne de ende ehwemu botom. Yes hey. Anas eboa ema Kennedy Japan. Edi enima mene court actually say Anas is I don't know, it's so unpalatable to be speaking the words that the court used on Anas. Inti Anas ekodai say Anas de nipa boni ni nyantechi na ope na ade na Anas ase nyantechi abrabo ene ababetumi. eno echi Charles Dubo ahen de baaye yes Baomia eka ho Akufo-Addo mu nyina eka ho obi age ne share yes buei anas anyeye ene Al Jazeera ene de aba nti eno se beka se Al Jazeera oboa anase omboa Al Jazeera oboa anase omboa because this is an internationally acclaimed and internationally reputable organization, media organization, and this reports yaba. Now, omwedi at least a cheer over the time. Just say, "Eba ebibi memudia." Just say, "Wabo bra pa baby awe bebre." Udi yenti Alesta nasema onankasa eka in terms of even contract extension and as a contract anwa wode just say ye ma wo contract na ye the contract no e ma wa say e bia ye 2 million na Alesta aba inflate project no price no na sa sike da so no ode ato ho ama Akufo-Addo ene Baomia so mo fa be ye adwuma wo de yenti say ne Alesta onankasa eka nasem e che Al Jazeera.
Alistair Mathias designs structures specifically to hide state capture funds. An initial word of advice for our undercover reporter: put Mr. Stanley's money in her name.
The politician, for example, I buy a lot of stuff in my name on behalf of Mr. Stanley trusts you, he can keep things in your name. You have to have someone that you trust is possible. Politicians, they don't have the name owning anything. They always have a proxy that represents them. Pretty much everyone. Even in Russia, they have someone that they trust, that maybe a nephew or a cousin that holds all the assets. Africa, same thing. Someone they trust that runs all the businesses, and they continue being politicians. In Africa, I do government contracts. It's got big tenders, construction of roads, procurement, supplying different things, oil, this, that. There, all the politicians get taken care of indirectly, which is what allows me to do all my other stuff freely.
So the government contracts is the way you reward the politicians, basically.
So what happens? The government will give me a contract. There's a lot of commissions involved. You want a commission, you want a commission.
Commissions in international world of anti-corruption is basically synonymous with bribery. So when it says commissions, I hear bribes.
The second oldest. See, if you're a politician and you do a contract, you're not going to tell the whole world you're getting 10%. No one can know. But you trust me, so you say, I'll keep it with you.
Mathias acts as a bank for corrupt leaders.
I earn the commission for that. Then it's a matter of they tell me, okay, pay that, move it here, move there. So for example, Ghana government, Mathias Holding, I get the contract. I subcontract it to you. $100 million contract. Ghana government pays me $100 million. I give it to you, and you say it's $80 million.
The contract is inflated $20 million above its real cost.
If I have an agreement with you, then you get proceed. So now we probably $5 million.
Mathias banks the $15 million for the corrupt politicians until they need it.
It's like all of it as well. And wherever they want it, just tell me I sell it. That's how we do it.
That is the way in which corruption is facilitated. To create the corrupt funds, the corrupt commission, is exactly how it's described. They'd overpay it and create an extra bunch of money that can be used to pay a politician.
The most important thing for me in Africa is people trust me. All the politicians trust that whatever money I have in theirs is safe. That's the biggest happiness that I have. They trust me because they know that I'll pay their commission.
That's incredible footage. That's incredible footage, it really is. Wow. I'm amazed.
Enti Alistair Mathias na ote ne nka no hawa osifa anase kwan osifa so edi ne juma ebinie obeka se aban eka se ombeye ejapa royal deal bi okay ejapa royals ejapa ejapa. So the gold no air baby fi Ghana ako an offshore haven. Yeah, into your tax into ye bisa say were you using Matthias in this business na campus we ejapa na Matthias kahwana. Enkrofo say oh Anas areme ya omo ntia ase say Anas eye expose sa na oye voice over eto ase. But is it not the same principle? Ena eye Ajazira use ye. Because there is narration of events, how events unfolded. Maybe omushia ye, how I almost started conversation. No, maybe omubeko near why ye any but I seen the news near the other. Is it not the same principle? And I said the same modus operandi. And Anas aremia yunusu. So why was it that Anas the end the essence say oye Ghana ni ya or na neti hadie? Yes, say Anas was doing the wrong thing because he was doing narrations. And ye bia Ajazira reporter no hu nanim. Did you see his face? Embra na ote ono ni Alesta aging common. You could see clearly say wakaba ni hu nyina o she jalabia. So you don't see his face. It is only his dechi epe na hu. But then that one we have no problem with it because obroni na ye Anas de koye dia it is problem. Anas koye dia a problem. Inti baby aba beduini. Microphone so bad answer nan udieti go dealer nankasa biom Alesta Matthias baby explicitly or born na Akufo-Addo the president of Ghana is my friend and he is my lawyer obia oye gold dealer yeah a kasa smuggler odi akotenepa or say the president of Ghana udieti say no nankasa kano men kan hye no.
His funds are substantial.
The I-Unit obtains thousands of confidential documents that expose how organized crime uses gold to launder money.
You sold it to a refinery and the money got paid in the bank account. So it's very in that way.
Once it's refined, it's practically brand new gold.
Good washing machine, right? There's no president or head of state like either of us can't get to on this continent.
Alistair Matthias is a gold trader. He designs money laundering schemes for African leaders.
Next door, Swaziland, the king is a close friend of mine. The Zambia president's close friend of my friend. DRC Congo, the president has invited me several times there to come and build a refinery. Ghana president is a good friend of mine. In fact, he was my lawyer. Like Cyril Ramaphosa here, I know him, I know his kids.
Ghana president is my friend and my lawyer. Ghana president is my friend and my lawyer. Now, the lawyer for President Akufo-Addo, Abba Bonting, this is what he says, Ekowe Suman is the president, is the lawyer for the president of Ghana. He says that the president has not been in private practice since 2000. Neither has the president nor his law firm, Akufo-Addo, Prempeh and Co., acted as lawyer for this Alesta Matthias or Kudrest. The president does not know this Matthias or Kudrest. Ignore the spurious allegations. And this is it. So who is telling us the truth? The man says, look, the president of Ghana is my friend, he's my lawyer. When McMill Eba Ghana, people were complaining, say, how could he have breached all the security protocols to get access to the presidency of Ghana? The logo, the puppet, used it to do his music videos. Now another person is coming out to say the president is his friend. Where do we stand in terms of our security, protocols, in terms of diplomacy? The president is my friend. Not who is. He said it in plain language. This is how he says it.
In fact, he was my lawyer. Like Cyril Ramaphosa here, I know him, I know his kids.
Always easy.
Cyril Ramaphosa here, I know him, I know his kids.
So these can't help people like us.
He's a close friend of mine. The Zambia president's a close friend of my friend. DRC Congo, the president has invited me several times there to come and build a refinery. Ghana president is a good friend of mine. In fact, he was my lawyer. Like Cyril here, I know him, I know his kids.
So Ghana president, my friend, My lawyer Akufo-Addo, good morning to you. Kojo Ochredako a security analyst on a CEO Emma in 1010 Security Company Services Limited and pay Mensaka no Humano so. Kojo, good morning. First of all, security issues, my concern. How do we play this out, especially when people like this can get access to the president? Okay, now maybe say this is Obia Oye gold dealer, and Al Jazeera reports Amayati says he's a money launderer and then he's a gold smuggler. He says the president of Ghana is his friend. And I'm asking, in terms of our security, how is it, say, in Kofobi say to mean access, direct access to the president? Is there any questions to be worried about?
Jadi kan me kase nipa su egu ahodo na ze suban no ahodo bebre na se ubenya bibie bitise omampani a se omo handle no handless no omo ye very particular about nipa eben wo and I said on now for cry na omo ye on now for ansa na ubedi mampani no unyanya sa tibiane ka ese o handless no mo hwe obia mo backgrounds yo mo ye omo mo ben onyina mo check your checks yo mo ye sena obi nkonkofa assembly enfan be for o te segia e kozo say we no me fa ne se ono na e kanasem sabe o man pay lawyer so abase ye abrante ni kenyina no eni emu no mrakwan so no and shede ni enyina so bebre but the perception wise say na nipa be fa e be twin ta nyama na fa we nya yedi kan nyanta chide okobo mampani bi say yampa o say nyampa o say be mampani shen ni botom we so de dia yeden aba be kam koya ye say nsem sa no a efa mampani e say ye ni na ni handless ni so no say yampa dia me nya say ni nyina so bia ba say yampa ni handless no me feel say o madwuma ni so ani.
Udi akotene ewo neba bi mu say. Now yen share in terms of the fight against Galamsey. Now you na ye ka ho asem say ne eye nkrofo eye behind this operations no. Baby we ya ba bedui no. Do you have now suspicions ne say there are indeed people of high profile or more into the security forces I deploy mono is a waste of time?
Oh yeah, I know na say sebe yin omemu hanewo and na nsema for free investigative report be a journalist be edikan aye I sebe people were seen in those videos collecting certain amount of money and so no there have been adverse findings against those reports that came out. And that perception has been there. Say in peniphobic what Galamsey human and kasa. Echi. Because maybe was it Takra de Omoko Chinese food. The Omo de Omoko coach. Na Madame Fubako and the AD case make it. There are no venture to buy, but she's sweet so he will be and I. What I say, Nan and Crawford a Chinese one. So that should tell you. Say, Galamsey, no. In Crawford, you know, maybe 2 million kitano, so change. Omoyana, maybe I chiomono. Those ma a brandy can say no crash every month. He sends 1 ton of gold out of Ghana, and that's almost about $40 million. Musumivia. That should tell you, say, our forces are kind of cheap.
Can the citizen be angry at this, and what security threats are there? Say, eba say near kosu no timefuka say ne ebuefu. Then they be to me see.
You see, the threat I was arguing is that these are illegal money. That a report in the kind money laundering. Now, the Chicasa could be ancra ansem almost pedal influence. What I say when it comes to the government machinery, because you can't make it all. The almost be almost immediate. You can't get them. The unreal do baby no. Nipa bako we can state capture say because the cost no. Oba kaso ke aban mu ye kai ade me bom obesia. Besia na me bom no me pe we. Nti the bedu we no the no pe no ana the no pe se direction of person mind ko no. That direction of mind be den e be ko because the sika na ma eje e na aban de ye di be the no be kan ni be di mu. What you say not undermining any democracy no. And I think no say rule of law because people are emphasis say what timi abo man besia and it is $40 million. Only say the president here fine. Any omo bu man here fine omo musika. You no test say me pese Ghana mu ye na no be who change the story now or say oboa Kenya omo he bailed them out. The same thing in Zimbabwe. The court case now in Kenya say, according to Al Jazeera report, Uncle Ziri, what I said, and he was there free. It is for security reasons. No, Sanyamano a very, very, very dire and here. The Afisem ever bro mine. Said no crew the Omo
Is there a way I'll bet to me I say near question they will hold and I said they will take hold of our security services because Omwane in Crawford they are manipulating the governance structure, those in the helm of affairs. Inti Ebase Bia, now we are na Yakopa hunt to say ato helicopter, ama Ghana Police Service. These are individuals who have money and can supply all of these things. Where do you see this go?
Yeah, I mean, it's a serious situation. Because they can make careful, no, may and say, we investigative report. What I say now, no, to the end of the report, a video now, Al Jazeera claim say, almost day a response no video, maybe come on, they denied whatever that was in the video. What I say, but then naturally, said the nipe biano. Why are they bonny cry now? And now, convoke watching was I don't expect them to say so. They all video but then coming back to the security implications, no. And then I make us say, eventually, no, influence. They don't need to have influence on the security services. They influence of politicians, no more control security service and our government machinery now. Asamasa. If you say or catch or emphasis or influence or Minister of Interior, so Minister of Interior so in charge of the police force and other security services. And you don't know what catching Minister of Interior say be anyway, and I be Makoye be achino. Munjana. Interior Minister Befa for no afraid whoever is in charge. As hey, as soon as you are modern Munjana. What I say. And you know, all they need to do is to have hold on the government machinery. That is what is important. What it means, they say, there be a democracy, no, to Tunasi. And I don't pay the no, then I can say, to meet the gold 1 ton, we should be a free Kumuha. There is no check, or be a one. And it's serious. That's what money to move saying.
Kojo, Mejana wako anope, but answer no, if you be now the handlers of the president, especially.
Especially with a current president, you know, I feel set me handless, you know. Almost I share on my workbook, because you see, Diana, or my penny, or be a sebi or donipa. Into no matter what be a banner, but you see, never do your company pair only Ubium. We your manager, Padre. And now your manager, Yama, and I body or baby, I see a body cassempa. And then quite say ne me physical ya come on penny or man penny madam for me a smuggler. And yet into the handless no either say be choose or mom system. And now somebody writes your minute. I'm making sure say nipa what or man penny home. Or my proper background checks and make sure so be all back. You'll be a said or Tilebino or the local bona. Enko base ebi asumesi akonwi se wakoye ne gif eba the tie o man penny edi so when ya adi this is about the second time this IAC na perception that enye se be bo man penny there in now for form ebi mu ton ebi smuggling ebi mu se ekoji bike the brand enye me nye sure say ya depa e ma pan bro man
Kojo, medals anope. Kojo Otreda kon security analyst onu na paying power that in 10 times security company limited ano. Yeah, omu security incentive. Enti Alistair asem na ye ken. Ni omu ni nyina ne se papa ne se Nana Akufo-Addo ne lawyer ni mre nimni. The lawyers of the president have also come out to deny and say they said they don't know him anywhere. But you see, that's the issue of denying people criminals. It is common with politicians. When the issues come fresh, so normal. Because even in a normal situation, our friendships and all of that. So because I had the money be now oh me now even Peter could deny Jesus Christ. Peter no so a king of the street. He controls the street. Yeah, Jesus buy your coffee knife, a child be also buy also. I don't know him. Because he himself I hear critical or caso nimna the assembly. So Peter even denied Jesus. If Nana Akufo-Addo lawyers are denying Alistair, normal. It is normal. Emmanuel Wilson, anti-corruption crusader. Or Ahomano so Ima, good morning, Anope.
Morning, wisdom.
So first of all, Ubeka said Nana Akufo-Addo a corrupter now because one, Nyanti Chia semi buy or say Nana was in my pocket $5 million, and which and ya sonso bonidin you. Chasedubu and semi buy he was in there. So the perception about Nana Akufo-Addo being corrupt, no, I say enye baako nye mienu. Do you think Nana Akufo-Addo is corrupt?
Well, me that say, me the answer we use to the word perception. Yedi kai so obekaya when you the very first time I'm babe can be na somewhere last year Anna made it to just say the fight against corruption in Ghana no we have lost it under this government, and rightly so, because ingredients are the fight to corruption, institutions are a strength of money they fight to corruption no literally you collapsing and now you weakening and you know so you can't see a fight to corruption under this government. Will be beer or what expectation. That person should stop expecting, because any idea everyone could see the beer. Now coming to whether or not Nanado is perceived to be corrupt. Again, what constitutes corruption and are examples of corruption are. One of the key examples, especially this part of your world, the African and West African continent now. One key example of corruption are you your friend of nepotism. Now the Oshe appointments right from the one His Excellency Akufo-Addo you appointed to come in as president. And as he elected, to come in as president, the appointment it was clear indication say now nepotism was very strong in his appointment. And it was clearly an establishment of corruption. In this Ubisa say His Excellency Akufo-Addo or you're corrupt, and there's a perception say you're corrupt and on you're corrupt. The fundamental yardstick appointment to make here, just a make appointment on nepotistic grounds. That makes him a corrupt person already, and are perceived to be corrupt already. There are other examples, Kanyantichi and all those things. And only the Mefani say all transit and for a make here. To date, no, it has not been substantiated. But the tangible example and ultimate major so akase ampa in terms of perception His Excellency Akufo-Addo corrupt onoane appointments which he made on a nepotistic grounds constitute an act of corruption.
We are chief crusaders against corruption. Baby, I'm about Bedrino. Do you think, sir, Yaboni Dininka, ne papa mua, Conkas okay, I'm availing myself for investigations at this stage? On yes, sir.
Unfortunately, Senka, Sebi, Inka, are you committed to fighting corruption, no war, integrity? The activate the anti-corruption institutions, no? Not those institutions, no. A further investigation because we a serious allegation, very serious one, not just on any mere person, but the first gentleman of the land. Such Oshe, Al Jazeera, and other international media houses, they've started showcasing this documentary. I am very, very, very serious. Senka presidency really committed to fighting corruption. Yes, say quickly, Omega say my activity. The institutions that fight to corruption. I have availed myself. Mo invite Onipa Kono or make that allegation. And I dear or share a documentary nature. Mo invite no na yenye thorough investigation. If I'm found culpable, embrano any mindi. If I'm not found culpable, so Onipa Kono and also embra any mindi. This is what the president should have done. But unfortunately, enya dia obey. See the mekayeno. The empo okase obeyempoa, it will not be, a true reflection of investigation because you so many times under this government refer corrupt practices and practices a border on corruption to anti-corruption institutes. Who baby could see here, and then the right thing was for him, and it's for him to avail himself. But unfortunately, he wouldn't do it because. President's name is not committed to the fight against corruption. Unfortunately, Ghanaians and so I have to say our hands are tied because the individuals can almost take action on this. They will go to the same institutions, and almost all these institutions are individuals like alcohol, redress for almost all these institutions, they are institutions that are being influenced one way or the other by the government of the day. And until it becomes difficult for even individuals to take action. But the presidency and our president's name would be, there's no way or Bekasi or availing.
But answer no, the person in question, Matthias, Alistair Matthias, he mentions that Zimbabwean president, he mentioned Cyril Ramaphosa, there's the Kenyan issue, and then the president of Ghana. Do you think, sir, if they are denying, say, we and try, he could just have the confidence to me abobo these big African countries for no reason?
You see, I am tempted to believe the documentary, there's some truth in it. I am tempted to believe so. And for me, maybe I'm it is a say the documentary neba and our documentary na catch me making a judgment and our assessment on it. I would say I am tempted to believe content of the documentary is very true. Na empono the wild these are serious individuals involved. Minji in this sebi obi betina baby keke no abubo sampen yufodi allege such a thing on them, knowing very well say only evidence into for him to be able to air this say this things. Now other international media houses, almost platforms amano for them to showcase and broadcast this documentary. And also Chair said those media houses no senka strong evidence there's no way they would have given their platform out. So I am tempted to believe documentary, there's some strong truth in it. But unfortunately, we live in a dispensation where the president he has decided he is going to break all the systems and institutions that fight corruption. And individuals in Pokase, video, there's some truth in it. Intimate say they're seeking redress, maybe our court or anywhere. you find it difficult. And that is simply because the president himself is superintending over corrupt practices and corrupt acts. I am not surprised. I wish say at least one or strong anti-corruption institution, a state institution, a independence. Obinya sa kukudrono, ashishe sa papano. Now add all necessary evidence. Even if the president decides that on a billion of crampa, this institution will go ahead and investigate. Nanka offer the true results and Brambe Toja, at least to save this country, because the rate at which corruption is breaking this country, particularly under this government, it is no more a funny issue. It's not funny at all. And I have said this so many times. Nyamiya Adom, na presidency, ifiswa. Whichever government, that government moral to expose the rot under this government. Ghana phone say indeed this government is breaking this country down.
Would Ghana have the zeal? And should we say Ghana should be very shameful to talk about corruption, and then special prosecutor office in Gunana?
But special prosecutor's office, right from there I established here, and Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana, your position was that you don't create quasi-institutions in the name of fighting corruption. So people fighting corruption, and yet the number of institutions are over. And a better fighting corruption. So people fighting corruption, institutions are over, no matter how small it is, say independent. Now our resources are more well enough. You are good to go. People did not really see wisdom in it. But so many years after, we've been vindicated. The first person I appointed as special prosecutor, Yura Martin Amidu, out of frustration, Onwa resign here. The same frustration I heard earlier, and the special prosecutor's office will become a white elephant. The same frustration, Martin Amidu, later Onwa resign here. And now Kasi Jaben has had the cause to come and complain about the fact that you're under-resourced. How can you say you're fighting corruption when you are under-resourcing your agencies to some fighting corruption? Indeed, Senga Kisi Jaben a bit confident like Martin Amidua. Me expect it by now and also are resigning. Now you collapse the special prosecutor's office because right now, they call budgets they call on me. They bought on my neck because we are not getting any results from it. Special prosecutor's office, what results have we received from it? And I think that till we do that, it will be, we'll end up wasting and moving in cycle. We'll not go anywhere. The other thing, and also, can say, look, the presidency, current president, he has found a way of subtly putting fear in individuals, in institutions, and especially in CSOs fighting corruption. CSO, individuals, or exposed to corruption and corrupt practices. The president and the government of the day are finding a subtle way of collapsing them and now frustrating them. And yet, I sometimes may see a lot of people saying, "Ana CSO society, ana religious organizations are doing, ana we might," and yes, say, "Ana omaye." But if you are in it, you will realize that it is simply because the government and the president of the day has found a subtle way of putting fear in all these institutions. It's just one or two people. And said they will talk about it. And that is why I keep saying, the day I do, under this government, the fight against corruption, it is zero.
Okay.
If there will be a new government, that government, after this government is gone, that government will be to expose some of the rots taking place under His Excellency Kufado's government. Not that new government, any some moral grounds and moral words, to say or prosecute it, so that at least Ghana, you bet me a protect and you bet me retrieve certain things that this government has amassed for it themselves. So say a bear, truthfully, the fight against corruption under this government has become a zero. It is a non-entity. It doesn't exist anymore. We've lost the fight.
So, Ima, my senior colleague Prince Kwame Menka, Power FM Studios right now. Person be on also Edin Komo. So if you can hear him, Kwame.
Yes. Wisdom. Me and Fanfani say, sir, Emmanuel Wilson, for the benefit of your radio show here. But what to Menka? Emmanuel Wilson, what to Menka?
Hello.
What to Menka? Emerson want to Menka. Mr. Wilson, what to Menka? Okay, so to Menka. Question me was say, was our documentary ya Al Jazeera ye? Beto Abonti. I mean, lawyer for no Yamotawa. Mesometonka. A lawyer for Yamotawa, brofu we say prima facie. Say, I was here establishing prima facie. Near Yahoo TV issue. Bibi wa wa daddy pefe sampa. Ketasusana proye asemana. Wisdom so bena. What are two questions? Man, Emerson want to make up.
Wilson. Hello, Ima. Yes, now Kwame Bisa say, when issues like this come, there's the need to establish a prima facie case of the subject matter. Do you see the prima facie case in the corruption angle in this case?
Oh, yes. Look, first off, we share video now. The man is alleging say Okonya contract of about 100 million Ghana dollars. Contractor Omunina Omunim said it is less than 100 million. The contract is inflated into a particular contract now, $100 million. Out of this 100 million, of this subcontracting about 80 million worth of it to other contractor to do the same work. Now 20 million now can. Your man 5 million, now Omoma can for 50 million. That alone constitutes corruption. I don't constitute corruption. It's an act of corruption. And there's a prima facie case established, and Obibia of fighting and answer of taking it on legal, there's an establishment of a prima facie. And I keep saying that beyond the prima facie, I am very confident, even though me behind the scenes evidence, but I'm very confident that Obibenya Sanko to make this allegation, then it means only Pakunu Wojinaso. To me, making such an allegation on the first gentleman of the land without having this Injinaso. It's more GDS beyond the prima facie case, which clearly is established. There is indeed evidence to this effect.
Okay. Thank you very much, Emmanuel Wilson Jr. Chief Crusader, Crusaders Against Corruption. And Kwame, basically, you all can say the issues about prima facie case, it is really well established, and even beyond that, because also say you can't come out with this kind of evidence, and I say with this kind of documentary, unless of course you are convinced without every reasonable doubt to make these allegations against the first gentleman
of the land. And in this case, Wisdom, I'm sure say or refer to or refer to the gentleman at the center of the scandal or no you know can ask them Eddie chance and care for say Mampenino and Adamfo and offense no sounds so a lawyer. But Sabre ya Mampenino so lawyer diabeto abontin say Mampenino mranima adwuma no for the past in Fiaduasani wonye adwuma was akwan so no da no masam ne dane na anase ewo baabi etimi ya
say enona oka say there's still the prima facie case into whether he is my lawyer or he's been my lawyer. The point is that or make it two things. One, he's a lawyer and he's a friend. Even if say onye lawyer or jine man ewo court crampo na, you can be a friend and give legal advice for you to go ahead and then go ahead and then speak to somebody to make jine ewo court amount. That one there's no two ways about say be denying say onye lawyer and I said the president has not been practicing in private practice for the past 30 years. And no dear the conversations are no, that means that is besides the point. Any there.
But answer the better than one. Answer is it not interesting? Say, you drew pempen so or my Ghana. Danny Daniel, you kebi mami kebi a memory ya de boomay. A yan ye tidy you want to talk America, Great Britain, and a wrong chronoba. And Great Britain and NASA America, and assembly sa yaka, and your farm and penny one. And Casabre White House and NASA Downing Street, a month for 3 take. Kasabre yes and Jeffo Nchiamu abe church and Romamu and ya check Ghana for. But you see wisdom no one has say yes and Jeffo. I'm sure of course your presidential correspondent. Main kind the last time presidential correspondent put at the report about 2 years. Main kind the last time I'm out for me try when she say city or say joy or say why or more presidential correspondent. Ye more makwenya say mampanyi ajebrese or pese wo tie questions at the free presidential press call for her. Na what di muaya hodo emema omo at this point ya na Ghana for pay muaya no wo say ya kaya se esumu me wan na edaso da ya no say ya wo ya mamu and I was on move it say dem boafu
Fulcrum I think me boafu kra say oh dear because even on the first call sa principle here anas e use nkrofo say oh anas use principle bi okata nanim on show ni face but o show documentary e hwe ya the journalists no he didn't show his face no she jalabia so you could only see his back yes say anas here reporter or here narrations to tell the event as it unfolds.
Yeah,
it was the same thing na e wo Al Jazeera documentary.
Yeah.
So what was wrong with anas principle na oyusu ya eninti ye ba beka we. And even to the point, we make it say they would have allowed for investigations to continue. It is very interesting. And opena will come has him. GES, ama yes, on your day, you should step aside.
Yeah.
Because of an issue about. I didn't now you the gentleman of the land. Presidency assembled there, you call people in and then you say don't step here aside. Obeka Emra cash for seat ebaye. The president went to parliament. I mean, he met parliamentarians and he made a comment say,
yeah,
I know you are going to investigate, but don't let any adverse finding come out of your investigations. If you make this comment,
no,
saying
when you get TM cramp answer. Ejemuno ezuzanso baba but wisdom yefu ya ni sanso nkyere omo handle president ene nkofo a wonu omo nante nkofo form namfo ene nia wo mo ye abi ye abantie ya bekan enye president no nko na gu ne ho fin o ye man Ghana ni nyina na gu ye ho fin what you say oni akoya ya kwatini a ye de ne ho asema beto abonten wodi sumase dwadie esumase dwadie ene odi mo akotene ena krono a wobo eye sika kokko eho krono no wobo eho nsam ne ye abeto abonti ye o saa ne akroyi a owo asem yi mu ena wokan ye wo saa revelation as saa documentary yi mu a eye ensentweni a wode ne hu hinta te say de na wisdom echeche mu akere mu yi e de abeto dwa ye tisa bantie no efri na no wa kukodro kwa so na menim so meti ba yi video na mom yenhwe video no na yenhwe akukodro kwa so a abantie idi kase yenye mampanyi Ghana Republic of Ghana ye mampanyi eye na damfo na wasan so ye ne lawyer. Would you look at the confidence with which he spoke?
It's
good washing machine, right?
There's no president head of state like either of us can't get to on this continent.
Alistair Mathias is a gold trader. He designs money laundering schemes for African leaders.
Next door, Swaziland, the king is a close friend of mine. The Zambia president is a close friend of my friend. DRC Congo, the president has invited me several times there to come and build a refinery. Ghana president is a good friend of mine. In fact, he was my lawyer. Like Cyril Ramaphosa here, I know his kids.
Dwabo Ase.
So these can help people like us to get money clean.
On the way or too comfortably now obobobo amama would one penny for edin oh hene or Swaziland whatever that for na do go kufaru kai that for no sound so am a lawyer a counter argument mimi susu anasa mimi hunu wa bra me hwe pete mu me hunu se eye omo aben mu de beba na say oh na say enumdwa. And you know the last time you who galamsey fraud video no the same thing on Bekafa Abante Kwefen say the Minister of State at the presidency in charge of finance Duboine the same thing on Bekafa no so jananum akwa no GFE kwesi antechi edem kwesi antechi wisdom kwesi antechi so de no wo kan no say mampanyi crash the bottom argument on be making say oh that's wo jananum and look market on the wall. Market on the wall. More presidency, more bekasa. One of the arguments on be raising and they say, "Akwano nu ojananum," and I was on me boy.
Wame, it's clearly saying you can pete takrim de washe wehu because enujane mabeka say ojananum. But the point is, Kwame, say minim wo Kwame menka oti hoi. Na say minim say onyo bia so tutrasem so onyo bia ya basa me bet na baby nka say oh chale yenko ne nko bobo asimi so me ka say Kwame no kakra na so ma me knowing very well say me kobo udin a me mfa no totro sa no I will be tempted not to even attempt it inti say onipa betumi aka say udin otumi gina ho ebo udin e ka asem ya enye asempa o we nya sem papa we nya sem edi nkrahye semba we nya sem edi yedie ba we nya sem beka se Ghana tumpo we momi asem a egu hu fin ese wa membuo ese Ghana egu Ghana ni na animu ase free the presidency parliament judiciary obi biara wo Ghana no a ye Ghana ni no this scandal and I said this statement no e yade egu hu fin because we all revere say oh he's the first gentleman of the land na ye the way e pentina Would you say enye no kranka oba be gina be aka imagine say you osofo keto akrampa or e bia one cathedral na so one district people who to me em fa won sa e su bu say many osofo aye say many osofo because won him say enye no kre into wo kokan waso be hye but we enye no kra Kwame who to me into ba say we who minister for finance we who minister for trade we who minister for foreign affairs we who sa nkrofo wenyina to the extent said the first gentleman of the land. That is where the bus stops.
Yes.
It is if the bus stops to the president.
Yeah.
No, I can say the president is my friend, and I've been getting contracts in Ghana.
Yeah.
Kwame, what are you telling me? You come and tell us it's a lie.
And I was up here. Look, I'm on your phone. Look, here we are. You be activating phone lines wrong. Was awesome. Yeah, be yeah. Yeah, trying to say Eugene Jefferson Saki. And I feel so chief of staff Nankasa ebe issue statement and I say wo mudi mu aye papa bi be Ghana for na ye boa to ye yem no wa bra ye twen sa de no ye de enkomo no ya sase wisdom ye fa angle bi mra sika ye bo dini e was a documentary mu ene ne mpo se de esi bo amanfo bitrim amanfo yam sure mo mamfa kodwo mram kodwo wo interesting revelation be the mind kodwo
yeah Kwame once now can be say yeah one was saying say for too many an example there have been a certain level of consistency from Nyantechi oh President Shemi Bottom na Edubo Ahindene nso aba na we nso aba won say yema mpanyi a ye woni aye edidi sododo na ema asem na akoye say Bible say with two or more witnesses a matter is established na che say adansidie no didi so na efinipa ba ko mienu miensa ho na che say bibi wo ho a yenhwe niye na eno so ndanchen no yenam IMF na so obi
3 billion
you know na so obi to me ka say every month $40 million.
Kwame,
$40 million. No one muscle ne figana ne ko na yen to mean can say sika we Ghana for dear now so Ghana asasuna if you call it dear na ye mobo wow yeah mobo is say so multiply 40 we on now calculation be all
yeah
so multiply 40 by 12 now some year share by 6 years with this Jume wo Ghana asase so a na sasika nia ko intina na yen
yema wisdom nya sa calculation is here
okay
no my wisdom your calculation my said be ahwefo na tie for be appreciate ba bia ye free ba wo wi na kwadwa ato aso na ye bia phone lines call me tie
inti na me ka say every month bosomi bia no ade a ode 40 million na echo 40 million na saa 40 million or they multiply by 1 year now ubenya $480 million. $480 million and no 1 year pay. And 1 year is just 12 months. So you now come and multiply this by 36. I mean, so far no, we did 6 years, so that will be 72. So that will give you 72, and so you are going to get $34,560 million. $34,560 million. When is the car? Ako Ghana for the past 6 years. I say kwa. Free Ghana politicians. Enya omokat free.
Okay, where is the car free Ghana? Afa kwetiri kwanso, yafa kwetiri kwanso. Amena yede free Ghana.
Just like that.
Just with gold pearl.
And where Alistair nkwa. Where Alistair nkwa ne dia o ka ho asem.
Esumasi dwadie ni no.
Yes. Nti yansho omo de ne yenim. Internal security analyst that's Kojo Chidakon of Intintan ka say Yanshe, not just we are very vulnerable.
Radio so end, you know.
Okay.
It is so bit now,
Kojo Ochedako in Tintin security analyst. Or say President handless no one Yansho Muye because not just say Omankasano Omaye lax. Not just say Omaye Mre and I say Jumedia so mudinomo boy ye man penino bano. Not just say Oma Tutunase. And I'm penino well to a large extent. Now so and also say Ghana ye mobile, not just say Dadeja. Because Sasika way to me Yerafi and sister Numa. Look at the money we are mentioning. Multiply by and their exchange rate. And their exchange rate require that's 12 cedis is to $1. Now you multiply Sasika way by 12 Ghana cedis. Rather than coupon kwame. And can say in school kola at that sebe ya so ye de omako to ho obi mfa ne bank onto obi kwa nkonyen indwan wo ho no ye de omako guo hwe dwane ayen kola idi hwe ye
katenkwan nsuo
enkoye hwe nanse aye se ye ni sikenti endro I said the man kola say ne be polio measles de tumi ma akola ye the phone for the rest of my life no ye nyanto no we are allowing all of this money to just run away amok. And the president and his people, those who have been elected into the helms of our affair, okay, Domopani break the 8. Okay,
with him, wisdom, Kojo, and Avenso, Yatia for near her for Mrs. Muntamu Chukuon, your adverts, Kakrebi was here clear. Young advert and answer your phone lines. Okay, your phone lines. Now, man from Fre. Now, Moncha Madre, we are Ghana for ya president, and ya go body dio, ya president. Mubi etono so tantene kwatono swaba ye tono swaba nkwaade wabeye ye president ene ye boni di obi a wo bokro no sei obi a wodi esumasi dwadie e boni di se wo ye nadamfo na wo sanso ye ne lawyer Ghana for modwen wo sei first caller hello
Kwame Minka
udi na baby a free
you tell me Lord Gaddafi me free that soma Abiokuma West Nasarawa Risco electoral area
Lord asema yeti wuni ye ntie o
Missy, inti chese. Inti na be president ni sa. Inti chese na anka be president anka be ka say ah man be president anka be nya obi a anka be say
Me da say Lord Gaddafi. Hello morning.
Good morning, Kwame. Dada George ni.
Dada George, asema yeti wuni ye ni nkomo.
Kwame heading. Na obeka na usika na nya de ombebu o manoda. Wo de se kama se waburu ni aseme bae. Wo so kan wana tom.
Budi.
Asemi da ne. Yes, asemi da ne for mo pe no kan wana to me se yen ko ka bi kura na ya ko yen so so. Wa idi. Ka no be wi ya no. Na se mo yan pe fo mkito man, na mtumi sika te tu shiri o men. Na to bi o man ma ay na ani mo men. Ni ya bre, no obi me mesika so no ko. O mesika so no ko. Se mo mo nyina de na mo do bi ko hwe yare ba ye hwe. Ni pe de for to sika wo mo di o Ghana ha. So come to Ghana. I didn't think about Ghana, sir.
Then a judgment I say, Yaman from some remna, a man of Mumfraway, a man may assure some Mutisicano, Monsuru Craig with Jim, Sicano Craig yet come a war. Hello, morning.
Morning, good morning.
What for we dinner, baby, of free?
Because I feel Kumasi.
Bodi.
Kumasi.
Ana umbezo bodi.
Me say o mai no me koyi. Papa we na me bulu pa respect no, but dey kwaso no me pese me tie di.
Oh. But asem we aba no yendi hundwuma say. I mean, ebia ne say Dada George can say, wo mo fo buo ne ani die magana fo nti asem bi sa aba. Wo mo be ya no enka wo mo so FFF asem no nkyerɛ no bia ye din and also free. Hello. I'm so free show. On the Obeka no no next caller. Hello morning. Hello morning.
Fine morning, fine.
Of a body na baby free.
Raza company. It's a trick master. Quadaso.
Yentio.
Yo, hey. Papa di me and say, I want to for a crowd. When you win a second for Kawasa Manama Janamako so to for a cry and case. Man, yes, it's all the castle. The dear Bukatan Quan. I don't present to hear my son and Kososa.
One day, one scandal. One day, one scandal. I go for Frosso. Me person be about what the assembly, Brabra, never say, Nyawusu say, presidents in a year, every more mine of Boatonium. Hello, morning.
Hello, good morning.
Would you not be free?
And if I tell your friend, it's the lady.
Hey,
yeah.
Fantastic, Mama. You.
Aha, me pacho. You think before they can say, 2020, I buy me a and any people body.
Mammy, myself, so with me, me perceive a deep common na ye di wahano. You TV in common could do ho. Yendi SYZ in common, SYZ in common, and they say,
only the landing,
okay, me too.
Or say, and yet away now, and not by no future or chicken gun of one some a ball routine or gym. I buy a series of what I never back. And then on I show. Series of whatever battle was ah.
It be near
I
but no craning yam here money. Assembly say back. Not just a Cassian and Council Bow. Kambabusa said, Diana, we give this a presidency. Look, it doesn't matter political party I war. Like it or not, Akufo-Addo, a president of the Republic of Ghana. Yes, I can't find way. Yenina, a kayo, a kayana, Obia on what this was a daddy. Now was also Bokrono, was Ikakwa, was a free man for Maho, a Dinyana Nisika. Then the Wabeka say, or no, your man Penya down for son, now your man Penny Sassy and a lawyer. At the end of your hello morning.
Morning.
Would you never be free?
Are your family a Jinyame?
A Jinyame, but the Jinyame, you ain't your way.
If free, are you not East again?
Fantastic, get you.
And a Jamaica say, who say, Auntie before breaking the 8 now, Mukano. Yes, I won't say, Nipa dear. You can't say, I friendly, better say, over to a boy, a bone, not Nancy Bibi, so yeah. And a Jamaican say, Nipa Angie for Mungo had the power, I used to for more.
I'm saying, common idea, and 1 year cheap. But look, so I can be before from me, you were from young fire last caller. Now, on this scandal, no, they also say, Ghana buying Enyam Faho. They also say, presidency in Enyam Faho, and I'm a pessimist, so walker. Hello, morning.
Morning.
Miss Odina, baby, I'm free.
Because every you plateau.
Body, mammy.
To plateau.
Within the same.
Hello. Because every you plateau, Nana Kwam Kitwa. Nana
Kwam Kitwa, ain't you?
I am Monsieur Bisa. Mijidi, Nana Kwam Kitwa.
Nana says, "We tell me TV show a delay." So, wow, it is Nana Yanko Assembly. So, why, Mr. Wada?
Wow. I mean, to be a night human, but Ghana Fatch say now, Omutibia, dear costumes and etifa.
Yeah.
Now, a Nguasema ina say, your mum pinono, Danny Nara, Nasa and same way a PP, na ye bonidin, na ye bonidin. Sempo say at it is some and now say a perception. Sena Brofocatem, Brofocasim, ye canona, say a perception poor. eba be ye bebre dodo na oye omampanyin na se de bi obi apese eba ne nsemboni bi saa ye boldin for one na che say it raises a lot of questions and it's a matter of concern.
Me wa won so da wo so wodi animu ne ekuti asa no man ho
nti how ma man no ade bia say hwe nie kakra esa say Ghana nim na yedi chichi from sa no
anyway and some is amount tipa ya mesra bia ba ko mo ye empa papa betima mo ada na wato fam bedmate furniture so me kan for one ma say ye mpa say ye edemu nkonya say ye ejade enoma te say kitchen cabinet ne no nkro no ba no ni nyina bedmate furniture enomo ye sa enoma ni papa yi bi upe bi ato a bedmate furniture na te say na me di kan no o mo achimota ABC Junction obetima from 0247 42 7777 and 0206 409999 and no my ya kikenya a carpenter for papa na ye ni nyina bo no so wo fam o if say omo kuso omo yomo Easter promotion special promotion discount and na Easter promo discount na just enkonyo empow ejade nuomo ni nyina bo no ededa fam kama bedmate furniture from 0206 409999 and 0247 427777 bedmate furniture yeah dan waba to say the ten wisdom Wizzy
kwa metonka
yeah dia kogu it was here dan wana
nice I know no ejuma dey see
me taxi driver na enkane na misisi so misisi na kame na to na twetweme binya 3p garlic mixer no aboa me pa
asa miracle bi wadro no just mafu no kra so je sia twimi ankasa me humi esi so sas me humi ana esi so obekasa de bibi hye me so bi no na ye normal ni bi ne kuno ti pa me sa 3 days ni na edona ankasa de nyankopon de ayi bi ahodi se ma yi bi enya sam ketwa ana se we de me fro aka so na me fa hye me nkwa no
me de abe fa 3 years ni ana asa me gina wa me na mo se shinya se me kwa me de ameko bi amu so much me duru aba 6 years ni o tema bi am ye maji se ene me jana saya le nku mi preko ene 4 days ana me koto 3 garlic mixture ni tema me kase nku pe no yam se ene ya me no kase me wa tomia me din wa me ntiase
3p garlic mixture ubenya bi wo mamu pharmaceutical shops and herbal shops Fred Piwak e 02489288824 and 02010000021.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance